Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone. I want to thank you for your patience, for your understanding, for your support. Yesterday, I put out a video, and I knew the audio wasn't the greatest, but I didn't think it was as bad as it was. And when somebody was like, they couldn't really hear it too well, I wound up redoing the video and just erased the other one. Um, I feel like if people are gonna take the time to watch my videos, then I'm gonna sit there and try to make sure that they are the best videos possible. I know a lot of people could sit there and watch a lot of other videos, Brock TV and stuff like that, and most people do. But then, people also sit there and they'll watch mine as well. So I just want to thank every single person for watching my video and watching my other videos and actually watching both of those videos yesterday. Your support and your understanding and your patience really means a lot. And it also motivates me to keep doing these videos because I have fun doing these videos and it's really nice. And I didn't think I was actually going to get as much support when I started doing these videos in general. So I want to say thank you. Um, let's start off with Alexis and the Davis girls. So pretty much, she tells them that she wants to change her plea to guilty. She feels that if she, serve her time, change it to guilty, that she won't be drinking. Like she'll be able to get a chance to get clean, as opposed to not pleading guilty. Now, Molly, of course, thinks it's a bad idea because, once again, Molly's like, if you do that, you're going to prison. Sam, is like, it's just not a good idea because you're not going to get the support that you need, in there as you would with your family and friends. And Christina is just not happy about it in general. Long story short, she doesn't want her mom to go to prison. She understands why she did what she did. It wasn't malice or anything like that. And, pretty much she's like, if I can forgive you for pretty much stabbing my brother, you know, you can start to forgive yourself. But, Alexis is pretty much like, I'm hanging by a thread. Every day is hard for her not to drink. And, she feels like that's just the best option. Now, for me personally, I look at the situation and I'm like, um, prison isn't exactly the most nurturing environment as far as trying to get clean. As a matter of fact, I feel like it would do more harm than good. Like, she may just not come out drinking, but also doing drugs as well. So I don't really feel like that's in the, that's gonna benefit her as far as going to prison. Now, Valentine comes in and he supports Alexis, saying that this is the best way to sit there and fight her demons instead of running away. She can actually go there and face them, and most likely they'll stop. Um, the girls pretty much kind of set their piece, more or less. They leave. Valentine stays, and I don't know. I guess talk to her more about her options, but I don't know. I don't really understand what this would actually do. Again, I feel like it'll do more harm than good. But for all we know, she may not even get sent to prison. So it's a good chance. I don't know if they're actually gonna want to sit there and be showing a lot of scenes where in prison or. Honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. Usually, when I've been watching GH, and every person that's went to prison, they just, unless their character wasn't really needed, they just kind of just was gone. Remember Patrick's brother? Yeah, we don't really hear from him anymore. Or Steven Weber, or some of the other people that went to prison. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like that would actually kind of work out, like as far as her going to prison. And she's been on the show she's been on the show longer than I've actually been watching it, so that's quite a while. What else we got? So Peter continues to be a creep. He comes in and he is delusional as hell. Talking about they still have a future together, they can still raise their daughter together, and everyone who's been saying all this stuff about me, me killing people, no, they're all liars. They're all liars. Valentine, Anna, they're all liars. Maxie is like, you need to give me your key and leave. Peter's not having that. So they going back and forth a little bit, and at some point, is when things take a dark turn. When Maxie was like, I don't know if she practically said it out flat, but she was like, I don't want this child to actually have anything to do with you or something like that. But Peter was like, you know better than to keep me away from my child. Maxie was like, I'm sorry, is that a threat? And Peter backed down a little bit, but you can clearly see that Peter was not leaving. And not only was he not leaving, but he was determined as hell to make sure Maxie and the baby was going to be in her life. Up until the point where Maxie had to sit there and pretend just to kind of get him out the house. She was all like, well, maybe there's a place for you in my life. I just need some time to think about it and stuff like that. And I feel like if Peter wasn't so far gone into whatever sociopath tendencies he's in, he would have clearly saw that, Maxie's mood swing, Maxie's mood change and her sudden interest in maybe possibility of wanting to be a family, he would have saw that coming a mile away. But he's so far gone into whatever black hole that he's in that he's just like, oh, okay, all right, so I'll leave. But I'm going to keep this key with me just in case, you and the baby are in trouble. I can come in and help you and stuff. And the minute he leaves, she locks the doors and she is, she's scared as hell. And I do not blame her one bit. Now, I don't know what she's actually going to be doing moving forward, because that was a stall tactic. What's going to happen when Wednesday comes along and he wants to see her again, or they're out and about? What is he going to do? What is she going to do then? So I hope she has a plan. Because this dude, this dude is a straight up sociopath. Now, let's talk about Cam for a minute. Cam actually has a visit with Ghost Dad, or Xander. Now, granted, I have not seen Xander in years. Okay, so honestly, tell you the truth, it was really great to see him. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a heartbreaking scene, a little bit, because his dad pretty much is like, I don't want you to go down the path that I went down. He talked about his anger and how he wanted the whole world to hurt, and it was kind of heartbreaking a little bit because Cam was really angry at him. All the important moments that he needed him in his life, he wasn't there. And the way that he died, because Xander knew that Liz was pregnant, most likely with his child. And he still chose to commit suicide by cops. And it's amazing when he talked about that scene. I remember that scene like it was yesterday. I remember that whole scene. I remember the look, the devastation on Liz's face. I couldn't imagine that, but it was, I remember that heartbreaking scene. So, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little kind of sad. And I know I'm gonna sit there and kind of reference a Star Wars moment, but, pretty much Xander's like, he doesn't want Cam to go down the dark side, the dark path, to give in to his worst impulses. Because when you look at Cam, and I'm not gonna lie, seeing Xander, Yeah, there's a lot of Liz in Cam, but there's a lot of Xander too. His anger. When he gets angry and stuff like that, his frustration, how he lashes out, and how he can be reckless at times. That's that's a lot of Xander. You know, um, that's a lot of Xander, and pretty much, he just wants him to do better. Now, at some point, Jocelyn and Trina comes up. They go to the grave or whatever gravesite, to put flowers for, I think, Dev and Sunny. And they talk to him for a little bit. And at first, Cam says something along the lines of, "I don't need anyone," and they just kind of brush it off. And like, come on, let's just go, let's just get out of here. And pretty much, Cam is like, "I'm my father's son." So at this point, I think I think he's going down a very dark path at this point. So, and I feel like the dark path that he's going down, I feel like in some sort of ways he's gonna drag down Trina and Jocelyn into whatever this dark side that he's gonna be going into. So it should be interesting, and yeah, it should just be interesting. I don't really have any other words to describe that. Now let's talk about Brando and Sasha. Every time I think about Brando's name, it reminds me of the actor Brando that was in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I can't remember his last name for the life of me, and I've been trying to remember it all day, and I still just can't. Anyway, Sasha goes to see Brando because he's deciding to check out, pretty much against, doctor's wishes. Now, there's a part where Brando's they're trying to, like, button up his shirt, and Sasha comes and helps. And whatever this whole, like, okay, here's the thing. I already see the chemistry or whatever with Brando and Sasha, but this whole whatever this thing is just one giant mess. Okay? So you got Michael with Willow, but Michael decides he wants to start hanging out and spending time with Sasha again. So Michael also has feelings for Willow, but he's also sitting there trying to hang out with Sasha. Now Sasha, you know, is starting to have an attraction for Brando. Now Willow also likes Michael, but also still has feelings for Chase. You know what? In this whole mess of whatever this is, there's only going to be one loser at the end of this, and that's going to be Michael. Okay, that's just how I see this whole thing playing out. Because as much feelings as she has for Michael, as far as Willow, she's most likely going to choose Chase because they have a longer history together as far as being together. Now, this whole Sasha and Michael, with them trying again, whatever it is, I feel like at some point it's going to be too little too late to try again with Sasha because she's going to move on to Brando. I already see it happening, and I feel like everyone already sees it happening. Which, honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie. When I saw the previews yesterday, I was sitting there thinking, poor Michael. I mean, this guy does not really have luck with relationships in this show. I think his first relationship was with that stripper. You know what happened? She was walking and she got hit over the head by something in a construction site and she died off screen. So there's that. And then there's I don't remember her name, but she was going out with Patrick for a little bit, and she died. I feel like there may be somebody in between, but I don't really. Oh, then there was Kiki. Forgot about that. But then there was the whole love triangle between Kiki and Morgan. Damn, I almost forgot his name. Between Morgan, Kiki, and other woman that Nina decided to hire to, well, break up their relationship. Well, she didn't hire her, but she was like her assistant, her nursing assistant or whatever. But the point is, he wound up losing Kiki. He wound up losing the other girl that I can't remember her name. Um, he wound up losing that other girl that I can't remember her name, the one that was going on with Patrick. And now he has this whole Sasha and Willow thing, and I feel like there's just a long list of disasters that just tends to happen when Michael decides to get into a relationship with someone. So, yeah. Anyway, while they're doing their dance of seduction, Cyrus comes in. Cyrus comes in, and Cyrus is like, "So you good? You know, like you've been out the hospital for, what's going on? Now that you're back on your feet, so got that project that you gotta do." And then, of course, he reminds him that he was the one that was paying for his medical bills. But okay, sure. Now at some point in time, Gladys shows up. Gladys, that trash ass woman. I have no good words for that woman. I really don't. But she shows up, and she's all trying to be buddy buddy with, Cyrus, and hugging, Brando and stuff like that. Long story short, I guess, because Gladys was like, "Oh well, you can do a better ups. You can like upgrade me from like the Metro Court or whatever because, I'm making sure that I'm protecting your interests or something like that." So she got some sort of agenda that's going on, and honestly, to tell you the truth, Brandon was like, "Listen, the closer you get to Cyrus, the more danger you're in. So you should probably go back to Bridgeport or wherever the hell you're from." I feel like in some sort of ways she still is going to want to causing trouble for Carly and Jason and the whole family, because even though that Dev is gone, everyone still lied about him being there. So she's still going to want to be a pain in the ass to them, because I feel like at this point that's pretty much the only reason why they actually brought in Gladys in the first place, was to just be a general pain in the ass. Now, last thing that I want to sit there and talk about is Michael and Brooklyn. For most of this episode, they pretty much just kind of play catch up. About Ned's and Olivia's relationship, how it's on the rocks. Elq and Valentine. And long story short, Michael was sitting there asking who was his baby's father. Brooklyn didn't want to answer. And, Michael pretty much figured out that it was Valentine. And at one point, Brooklyn was like, "I'm not sure if I want to tell him." I'm not going to lie, I'm not exactly a fan of that. Listen, Valentine has his faults. A lot of faults. But he's also not the devil out there. He does have his good qualities, and I feel like that's just wrong on so many levels. Like, at least with Olivia not telling Sonny, to an extent I understood where she was coming from, and given what happened with Michael and Morgan, or specifically Michael, I understood why she did what she did. But with that being said, on some sort of level, I don't know if this is just a male thing or anything like that, but on some sort of level, I feel like it's just wrong for her not to tell Valentine about, the pregnancy. But, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, it's not like Valentine's not going to figure it out anyway. I mean, she's going to be in town. What is she going to sit there and do? Just hide in a room for the next, 9 months? So Michael was pretty much just like, listen, let's just do a family gathering. We'll have a dinner, and you could just kind of tell everyone at once. And I feel like that's just kind of the better option. More or less, I feel like that's about it. Listen, it was actually good seeing Christina today. Here's my whole thing about Christina and her character. She's great when she's doing something. I know there's a lot of people that don't like her. There's people that do like her. There's people that like the actress. And Christina's character has had this up and down kind of thing going on for a while. I'm not going to really get into her history, but if you've been watching it for a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like they need to give Christina something to do. They need to give her something to do. That's just the bottom line. I mean, Julian, I don't know what's going on with the bar or anything like that. She doesn't really have a job there. So it's like, unless she comes in for these supportive roles every once in a while, it's like, well, what are you doing? Like, hell, even Molly, at this point, actually had more of a storyline than Christina. So I feel like they should probably give her something to do. Like, seriously. On a side note, I do like her scenes with Jocelyn. I don't know why, but I really enjoy their interactions together because you don't really get to see them really talking or interacting with each other for long periods of time. Um, so I'm really hoping for that because that'd be pretty cool. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone watching my videos, supporting, and just in general, like, it really means the world to me. And it's something that I didn't think I was actually gonna get when I started doing these videos. Like, I just started doing I started doing these videos because, well, if you watched my first video, I was not happy with Nina. Still not happy with Nina, but that's beside the point. I just didn't think that I was gonna have this much fun and just really be able to connect with people that like soap operas like I do, you know? So it's been pretty fun. And I want to thank everyone for just watching and commenting and stuff like that because I really do like hearing what everyone else has to say. I like hearing different, people's different perspectives and stuff like that. And, I said it before and I'll say it again. When people sit there and say, thank you for the review, or you're doing a good job, you know, I'm only here as far as doing this job, the way I do it, because of the support that I get from people that watch my videos. So again, I want to say thank you. With that being said, I'm gonna go. Be safe, everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below about this whole everything. And I guess my question of the day. Every once in a while, I'm gonna do this because why not? Do you think that it's a good idea for Alexis to plead guilty? Do you think it would benefit her, or do you think it would hurt her in the long run? Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I will catch you in the next video.